Hello, everybody, and where have I been? I've kind of been a little bit AWOL for a month, and I'm going to use it why for our episode 4. So here we go. So on the front picture, along with me, is my favorite little bestie. His name is Spanky, and Spanky's been my cat for 12 years. I got him as a baby, and he has one heck of an attitude and lived up to his name. And just always on top of me, by my side, and always take care of me when I'm sick. Even up until a month ago, I had the flu pretty bad, and cat just stayed on top of me the entire time, always by my side, always under my feet. And just so you know, get a little psychic in him too. This is my cat that would toss the tarot cards off the table, and they'd be right every single time. He was pretty good at it. And he'd sleep with me every night, and he was just my comfort. And he was going in for a routine visit on the Tuesday before Valentine's Day because my little guy was going through some kidney failure. And turned out he was down another 2 pounds on this routine visit, and he had some kind of an infection going on. And get him home, and now he wouldn't start eating or drinking, and would if I brought it to him. So I brought him into the vet on Valentine's Day. The picture that you're looking at is just before that, the two of us. And I bring him in there. I'm running late for work. My work during the day, I'm an assistant manager for a pretty well-known jewelry store. And it's Valentine's Day, so it's going to be a nightmare. So I check Spanky in. We're going Team Spanky. We're going to go and try to fight off the infection to see if it slows down the kidney disease and bring my guy back into a better little condition than he had been. And then I go into Boston, and I go into work, and the place is a mad scene. And people just being rude. It's Valentine's Day. It's supposed to be a day of love. And we just got people that are sitting there and yelling at the staff. That is it in a nutshell. It was just fabulous. So to make the day a little bit better, we're running out of some bags. So I went into the back room, and a 25-pound box falls on my head. Yeah. And that one, all I could say was, it just was like, this is just really, really can't get any better than this.
Awesome!
So I head back over, and I decided to take my break. And in that time, I get a call back from Tufts, from the vet. And they tell me that now they found a mass in my little love bug's chest. And at that point, I had to make a decision, for him to not suffer anymore. So it's Valentine's Day. I'm about to lose my little best friend. And I sit down on the lunch, and I just cry my eyes out. And I clock back in. And I come on out of the back room, and it's a mad scene in there. And I got this sweet 22-year-old named Kaylee who works for me, and she, I'd run through fire if you start messing with this girl. And she was getting messed with big time. There was about 6 people just yelling at this girl. So I come on out like Mama Bear, and I say, all right, everybody stop. What can I help you with? What can I help you with? And this man, there with his wife, looks at me and says, who are you? And honest to God, out of my mouth just came the word, wow. And then he looked me in the face, and he told me to F off. I'm standing there. And this is why I'm getting into this, is because this is not how we are supposed to be. Okay? I'm standing there, and I'm not going to go and sit there and take it. I don't care if I'm an assistant manager or what. I am going to give it back. And right in front of this about 6-deep crew of people who witnessed this guy telling me to F off, I look at him back and I go, you're going to tell me to F off? Why don't you go F off? And I grabbed someone else and I said, he needs to go. He's standing there with his wife, and his wife must think it's perfectly fine for her husband to talk to a woman this way. And it was just horrifying. I had a few different customers that looked like they were ready to pounce on him. But the point is, while I was sitting there having to make a major decision on something that was very important to me, I had this jerk up in my face, being completely disrespectful and rude to me, while he's looking to find the cheapest piece of jewelry he can find so he can go get his rocks off. And then she's standing there watching it. So what is wrong with society today? What is wrong with people that we can't look into other people's shoes at what they might have going on? And the biggest part of this was when I tried to remain calm about this and about the things I was going through. One of the things that kept me in check, kept me in perspective, is that one of my besties is going through more than I am. And I was going through a lot at the moment. As my friend Steven, who's over in the crew with me, said to me, Christine, you got your bag of lemons. And I did, got my bag of lemons. I ended up back in the hospital to check out why I was seeing double, forgetting that I took the box to the head, and turned out I had a concussion. So I was getting a lot of dizzy spells, and that's why I haven't been on. The computers were a little too much for my eyes. But getting back to this, we closed up the store that night, and it was a real tough night for me, and I remember just hitting a wall, and that's what I was saying in the first episode about taking the lemons and chucking them at the wall. I literally chucked them with my fists, just in tears, because it was just one of the worst days of my life. I got up the next morning, I went down to Tufts, and I put my little guy down in my lap and took his last breath. So it's been an adjustment. We have another cat that was his bestie, who she was missing him, and I could see that. And I didn't know if she's a senior, if I should get another one, so I ended up with a bunny. And there's some of the lemonade. Okay, so we got this little bunny in his crate jumping around the house, and he chases the cat. And it's the funniest thing ever. But it doesn't make me miss my guy any less. But it really made me go into wanting to talk about how we really have to get into seeing the big picture, that we don't know what someone else is going through at the moment of their life. And in one of the first episodes, I had said how if we're in a bad mood or we're having a bad day, how it can take out on everybody else. And about how you don't know what that other person is going through. Well, it doesn't give you a free pass to act like an asshole to the help, to act like a jerk to the waiter or waitress, or act like people are beneath you, like we're servants. And I just see so much of this going on in the world today. So all I'm saying is when we're having those rough days, maybe we can try to breathe, right? Lean back, go through our stuff, and not take it out on other people. I just see more and more of this today, people thinking that it's okay to do that. And that has made me just really try to, again, step back and not react, even when people are being rude or disrespectful to me. I think a little bit more with me, a little bit sarcasm comes on into play, and it's kind of like this. Yeah, you just said that. That really made me feel good, and I'm a little bit on the sarcastic side. But I try not to get very, very rude to people and nasty and name calling and stuff like that. And it's just been quite a bit of that I've been seeing lately. I've been seeing it in all different areas that I go, whether I'm in public, at work, just walking through a place, or, I just hear people just taking stuff out on other people. And if you're the person who takes it out on other people, you need to find a new outlet. Figure out your outlet and quit taking it out on other people. If you're the person who receives the beating, and even though it's not a physical beating but a verbal one, I want to teach you how to fight back. I want to teach you how to do it with intelligence and heart so that you're really feeling that you're being heard. And if you're not being heard, that you're not, that's going to show that person who's taking it out on you that you're not taking it. And that truly is what this being a badass with the love and light in you is about. It means just because I'm a light worker, because I'm an empath, because I'm a caring person, does not mean that I wouldn't go and take my fist and put it right in your crown chakra. Even though I'm not a physical person, I'm saying it in that I wouldn't actually go and punch someone. It means if I had to, I'd take you down. If you're going to go and cut me down with words, I'm going to cut those words right back, and I'm going to make them more intelligent and make you think. Physically, I don't get into altercations that way. I don't encourage it. I think it's disgusting. But my point is, it's the same thing. If somebody came at you and hit you, are you going to go down? Are you going to take it? Or are you going to go and fight back? I'd fight back. It's like kind of like saying the zombie apocalypse, right? If all of a sudden the zombies come out to attack, what are you going to do? Are you going to run? Are you going to hide? Are you going to fight? Or are you going to do all three if that's what it takes to get out? Personally, I think I'd be leading the pack. Well, come follow me. Let's get out of here. We're going to survive this, right? Because that's what it's about. It's about survival, right? It's about getting through the day that we're having the bad day. It's about navigating our life into what makes us function properly without feeling like we're stuck in the past or worried about the future. We want to be in that moment, living that day to day and feeling pretty good. But how quickly people can just take that down on you. They say that out of, I don't know, I think it's something like 12 compliments. You could get 12 compliments and you could get one negative thing, and your mind is going to remember that negative. Well, it's up to us to try to not let those negatives keep on determining how we think, that we're less of a person, that we don't feel good about ourselves, that our confidence starts to just go down in the toilet, right? It's not how it is. That's just somebody else who's just giving you their 2 cents because they don't feel good about themselves. And so there's an old saying that goes, how misery loves company. And I really believe that. I really believe that when all of a sudden someone's not feeling good about themselves, they will sit there and take it out on you so that they feel better about themselves. Because if I'm nasty and I'm negative and I'm lousy and I'm mean to you and I make you feel that way, then you feel like how I do, and that makes me feel better. No, no, no. That is not who you want to surround yourself with. So in order to not get that way, you don't surround yourself with it. You don't take that drama in. You push that stuff off of you and surround yourself with the good light energy that you need. And when that other stuff comes on in, you can't push away from, like what I was dealing with at my job, then what you do is you deal with it in the moment. You leave that at work. You leave it there. You don't take it with you. You let that sit. You don't surround yourself with like people. You may have maybe you vent it off with a friend, but don't sit there dwelling on it. Don't sit there exhausting people with it. You want to go and say your piece and then maybe get on to a better topic, a better subject that's going to make you feel better, make you more productive, make you feel like there is something that you have to complete and finish so that you're feeling like this isn't taking me over. Because it's kind of funny that I got a bunny, but when you do fall into the other trap, you're going down what we call a rabbit hole. And you don't want to fall down there, okay? But as for the bunny, he has taken such a good happiness to me. And that's why I'm bringing him up in rabbit holes, because when I went down the rabbit hole of losing my little guy, and I bring this funny bunny in here, and he's hysterical. He jumps 3 feet straight up in the air and runs around like a nut. He chases down the other cat, which was great, because if I'd gotten another cat it probably would have taken her over, and I didn't want to come back to anybody hurting her because she's such a frail little thing. And it keeps her curious. So some good things came out of it too. But if I sat there, sitting there taking this guy who's telling me to F off and being derogatory to me, insulting me, if I keep taking that, I'm going to keep getting more of that coming my way. If I go and push it off into a more positive vibration, that positive vibration will keep on coming back my way. And my little bunny, my funny bunny, I call him Sir Willow, the Thunder Bunny, because he's a little gray guy, and I'll show a picture of him to you on one of my next ones. Maybe some video of him jumping around. But like I was saying, it's one of those things that you just want to find that positive stuff. This little guy has brought me through when I was going into the next tests to make sure that these spells I was having were concussion, which they were. I was clear. He was right there making me laugh the whole time. And while I missed my other guy, and I realized I got the bunny because I couldn't replace Spanky. It was a cat I could never replace. He will always have a special spot in my heart. And the grief on an animal can be the same as a grief on a loved one or family member, especially when they've been through loss with you and sickness with you and moving with you. They're kind of like your world, right? So find your way to deal and find your way to have memories and good things of whether it's a pet or a friend or a family member, how you can go and honor them and get through the grief spells, because they're going to keep on coming back. We don't want to forget our loved ones because we love them for a reason. We want to remember them in a good, positive way. And that leads me into what we're going to be talking about next episode. A very good friend of mine, Kathy, we're going to be talking about a little bit of mediumship. We both work at that, so I wanted you to hear from her and what she had to say as well. And the touching in on the grief part, connect into that next episode that we're going to be doing. Until that happens, I just want you to navigate those ups and downs like we all have to. Take those lemons, turn them into lemonade, throw them at the wall if you have to. Keep on going, keep on plugging. Don't take that negative stuff from people. That's what we're never going to understand, why someone's ticking the way they are, right? Like why they're talking the way they are and why they are doing that to you. Well, we're probably never going to know the why, and the why isn't really going to make a difference. What matters is that you handle you feel good about yourself, you love yourself, you keep on doing what you have to do and put that other stuff to the side. So I would like to leave you with this. This is a verse of the breakdowns of 1 Corinthians 13:4-8. Love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud. It does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails, but if there are gifts of prophecy, they will be done away with. If there are tongues, they will cease. If there is knowledge, it will be done away with. That is what I feel I would like to leave you with today. As I always say, I love you, I believe in you, keep it real.